At sunrise, 300 acres of pasture brighten as 70,000 free-range chickens step out from their mobile barns. The ground is silver with dew, the air cool and clean, and the line between nature and engineering is visible everywhere. Solar panels on rooftops, slim fences tracing paddocks, and tiny sensors blinking along the eaves. From above, nothing is random. Barns sit in measured rows, lanes are kept clear for feed trucks, and grassy alleys show where the coops were last week. Productivity and welfare depend on that grid. Automatic feeders prime, water lines refill, and ventilation sets to a gentle flow. The flock spreads, pecking insects and foraging seeds while still returning to the barns for rest and shade. This is the daily handoff between pasture and shelter, freedom and control. It begins the same way every morning because predictability keeps animals comfortable and healthy. This film is produced by Cozy Farm, a channel dedicated to showing how real agriculture works. We focus on process, welfare, and verifiable standards so viewers can see what modern free-range production actually requires. If you want a clear, unvarnished look at the system behind the eggs on your table, you are in the right place. Now we start at the beginning, where every story on a poultry farm truly starts: the hatchery. Long before a hen meets the pasture, her journey starts inside a climate-controlled room tuned to the same target every day. 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit and about 60% humidity, with filtered air circulating to keep temperature uniform from tray to tray. Racks of fertile eggs sit in automated incubators. Mechanical turners rotate each tray several times per hour, preventing the embryo from sticking to the shell membrane and ensuring even heat exposure. Tiny probes measure temperature and carbon dioxide. Deviations trigger alarms so staff can correct them before development suffers. Egg sanitation is handled on entry. Shells are disinfected with approved sprays, and only clean, intact eggs proceed. Each batch is labeled with breed, flock of origin, and set date. After 18 days, trays move to hatchers where turning stops and humidity rises slightly to ease pipping. Around day 21, the room fills with the dry rustle of hatching. Chicks emerge, quickly fluff under warm airflow, and are inspected for navel closure, leg alignment, and vigor. Workers in clean suits count, grade, and place chicks into ventilated crates. A vitamin electrolyte solution is available immediately. Vaccination against common pathogens occurs before the birds leave the building. Within hours, chicks travel by covered corridor to the brooding barns. Their data follows them in the farm's cloud system: hatch time, breed, lot number, and vaccination status, traceability that will remain attached to the flock for its entire life. Hatch residue is collected and weighed to monitor efficiency, while fluff and shells are removed through screened waste systems for composting. Incubator calibration is validated weekly against certified thermometers. In the event of a power disruption, backup generators and thermal mass in the cabinets preserve stable conditions until mains are restored. The brooding barns are warm, bright, and quiet. Heat is supplied by overhead brooders with redundant sensors. For the first days, temperature stays near 95 degrees Fahrenheit at chick level, then steps down a few degrees each week. Fresh air enters through inlets that mix incoming and barn air to avoid drafts. Ammonia levels are monitored so litter stays dry and the birds' lungs stay clear. Starter feed arrives on shallow pans the birds can easily access. The formula emphasizes digestible protein, essential amino acids, calcium for bone development, and vitamins A, D, and E. Nipple drinkers deliver clean water purified by UV and filtration. Flow meters track daily intake. Any sudden change in feed or water consumption creates an alert in the barn dashboard. Animal care staff walk the aisles several times a day, checking crop fill, foot pads, feathering, and behavior. Overhead cameras sample movement patterns. If activity drops or birds crowd heat sources unevenly, the system suggests a temperature or light adjustment. Lighting ramps up gently at dawn and fades after dusk to anchor circadian rhythm, because predictable light encourages steady growth and rest. By 6 to 8 weeks, chicks have strong legs, complete juvenile plumage, and reliable feeding habits. Their body weight curves are reviewed against targets. Birds below threshold may receive extra time or supplemental feeding. When the flock meets readiness criteria, doors open on a calm morning and the pullets see the pasture for the first time. If you want more working farm breakdowns like this, subscribe to Cozy Farm. We publish field-tested process videos that follow the real constraints farms manage every day. Uniformity, feed conversion, and average daily gain are reviewed weekly. If litter moisture rises, ventilation and carbon material increase. Footpad scores trigger proactive drinker and litter tweaks. Pasture at Cozy Farm is divided into paddocks so ground cover never gets exhausted. Mobile coops sit on skids and wheels. Every 2 to 3 days, a tractor tows each coop forward to fresh grass, leaving yesterday's paddock to rest. That rotation spreads manure evenly, reduces parasite pressure, and regrows forage without herbicides. Low-voltage solar fences keep ground predators out, motion sensors and line markers help deter aerial hunters. Doors open at first light. Birds flow onto grass, dust bath, scratch, and forage. Shade structures and mobile water stations dot the field so hens don't cluster or overheat. In hot spells, misting lines reduce heat stress. In cold snaps, wind baffles and insulated curtains keep barns stable. GPS tags on the coops update their position in the farm map, which also tracks how many days each paddock has rested. Every evening, timed lights draw the flock back indoors. Doors close automatically once count sensors confirm returns. Inside, litter is stirred and refreshed as needed, so feet stay healthy and eggs stay clean. The pasture system is simple in appearance, but it depends on steady execution, moving on schedule, balancing stocking density with forage recovery, and keeping predators at bay without stressing the birds. Pasture rest periods lengthen after heavy rain to protect root systems, and rotation maps track seasonal regrowth rates. Mobile coops carry their own solar arrays that power winches, lights, and controllers. Where hawks are common, reflective line and elevated perches offer distractions so birds keep scanning and don't cluster anxiously. A farm this size succeeds or fails on nutrition. Silos near the barn store formulated rations for different life stages: starter, grower, and layer. Augers meter feed through enclosed lines to troughs that refill as hens eat. Calibration is done weekly. Scale heads confirm that what the computer schedules is what the troughs actually receive. Layer rations emphasize energy, calcium for shells, phosphorus and balance, and trace minerals like manganese and zinc that support shell formation and immune function. Omega-3 sources can be included when buyers request enriched eggs. Veterinarians and nutritionists review flock performance and adjust amino acid profile seasonally, because extreme heat or cold shifts energy needs. Water is filtered, UV treated, and pressure regulated so every nipple line delivers evenly. Flow meters log usage by hour. On hot afternoons, supplemental electrolytes may be dosed automatically. If a line clogs, the dashboard flags the exact zone so staff can fix it before birds lose access. Because feed intake follows water intake, hydration data is one of the farm's most valuable early warning signals. At Cozy Farm, every detail counts. Subscribe to Cozy Farm if you value clear, measurable explanations of how welfare and output are kept aligned in practice. Mycotoxin screens on incoming grain reduce risk from variable harvests. When soybean meal protein varies by lot, the formulation model compensates with synthetic amino acids to keep lysine and methionine in range. Sodium levels are limited to protect shell integrity, and coarse limestone is used so calcium releases over hours. Pullets become layers around 18 to 20 weeks. Lighting programs shift to maintain a consistent day length that supports peak lay. Nest boxes provide dark, quiet spaces with soft pads so hens prefer them over floor laying. Slight slopes allow eggs to roll onto collection belts without being stepped on. Most eggs arrive in the morning. Belt speeds are slow and cushioned corners protect shells. Sensors tally egg counts per row, giving early clues if a section needs attention. Between cycles, nests are brushed and sanitized, litter is topped up, and ventilation is checked. Nights are fully dark to maximize rest and maintain long-term productivity. A healthy hen lays close to an egg a day for many weeks. Multiply that by this flock and you see why timing and consistency matter. The job is not to push birds harder, but to keep them comfortable so they follow their biology without stress. When comfort, nutrition, and light are steady, eggs stay uniform, cracks stay low, and birds stay in lay longer. Floor eggs are counted and mapped. If a hotspot develops, staff adjust nest availability or lighting gradients to guide hens back to boxes. Gentle slat angles and anti-roost features keep eggs clean overnight. Call thresholds and recovery protocols are written so staff handle outliers consistently and humanely. Belts carry eggs from barns to the collection room on padded lanes. The first stop is gentle cleaning. Rotating brushes remove debris, and approved rinse sanitizes shells, and warm air dries the surface. Next comes candling. High-intensity lights reveal hairline cracks or internal defects. Automated vision systems flag problems, and trained staff verify. Grading combines weight and shell integrity. Scales sort eggs into size classes.